Nelson County Adult Learning Center, and you know, it's one of those facilities, Belinda, if you're not involved in the school system or not involved in the GED program or some adult learning programs, you may not know exactly where you all are or what you do, but we're so glad to have you here to share your story with us and to educate our viewers a little bit about actually what goes on behind the walls at the Adult Learning Center. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're here, and let's just kind of basically talk about some of the services. Now, you all are pretty much through the Bardstown City School System.
They're our fiscal agent.
Okay, and the reason I know that is because when you're looking up your telephone number, you have to look under the Bardstown City Schools to find that. But just basically talk about some of the programs that are offered down in your facilities, and you are located behind St. Monica's in one of their buildings there.
Right, we're at 407 South 3rd Street.
Okay.
And I guess our largest program is our GED program. And that's for students who do not have a high school diploma, and they average in age, just depending on what the need is. And that's probably our biggest program. We also have basic skills, and that may be if you've got a high school diploma. So we have that program. We have an ESL program. It's for English as a second language, and that meets every Wednesday. So that's another large program we have.
Now, you talked a little bit about the GED program, and I've been reading and hearing in the news lately that that program will actually change in the next year or so, and there's some things that people need to know now before those changes take place. So explain that to us, if you would.
Absolutely. The GED will change. It changed in 2000. It's going to change again 2014. And that's really closer than we think. It's almost 2013. If you've taken your GED and not completed it, you will lose those scores starting January 2014. So we really encourage those that have maybe just taken parts and not completed to finish that up.
Now, what's the GED process? How long do you have once you start right now to finish this?
Well, you must finish by December 31st of 2013.
Okay. And a year, how many people will come in and get their GED in your office?
We had 77 GEDs last year.
Wow. Is that on the rise, or are you seeing those numbers slowing down, or what are you seeing?
I think they've slowed down here in Nelson County because we've been in service for 22 years, and I think we've done a great job, and the need is not there as great.
That's great.
So we expect to have a few more this year because of those completing.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was all the programs that you offer there. I know one of the things that I utilize in my office, in the chamber office and tourism, are all your continuing education. You've got Excel, you've got Microsoft. Let's talk about some of the computer programs and some of these things that you offer. I think that's really been very popular to the public, and especially to our companies and industries in town.
It has. We do some special classes for the industry because they have special needs. They may have a group that need Excel level 1 or some specific areas of Excel. So we offer those classes to industry. But then we offer quite a few to the public.
Okay, and what are those? Let's talk about some of those that if somebody's watching today and they're thinking, you know, I have a little bit of time finally on my hands to be able to take some additional courses. What do you have down there that they would be able to participate in?
Well, we have Introduction to Computers, which gives you all the basics. We have Excel in level 1 and level 2 and advanced. We have Word in all 3 levels. We have QuickBooks. We have a security program that we're just talking about on this schedule, and it's just if you're interested in home security.
Oh, okay. I did see that on the schedule. Wasn't sure that it looked like a newbie on your schedule.
It is new. It is new.
But I guess that's gotten to be very popular too.
Right. Security for your children, as well as security for your finances on your computer.
Okay. Now, what are the costs, and how do you go about registering if you're interested in any of these classes you've talked about?
Well, you call us at the center, and our number is 331-8809.
Okay.
And you can call, and I'll be glad to go over the classes with you and give you the definitions of the classes, and you can sign up at that time. And for an 8-hour class, there's $75.
Okay.
For a 4-hour class, it's $36.
Okay. That's bargain.
It is.
It really is a bargain to be able to learn these new tricks of the trade and to And you know, once you've got Excel, and then you have Excel 2. So you actually have the different levels for the levels of expertise you might have in your office.
Right.
And I know we have utilized that as well in my office.
Right.
You and I were talking about the NCRC test as well too, and those are acronyms that most people may not know, but it's an acronym you need to know. Let's talk about that.
That stands for National Career Readiness Assessment. And that's a test that we give for industry, or just so you can have that. And that comes in different levels. It comes in a silver, gold, and platinum level. And we're starting to give that in this county. And our industry aren't really aware of it yet, but if we start giving it and people have those certificates, then they'll become more aware, I believe.
So if you take a test like this, there is a possibility later on, if you're looking through all these applications and someone has taken that and completed that, that could possibly put your application up front or to the top of the list because you had the opportunity to take that test.
Right.
Okay, so those are important, as is the TABE test. That's given as well too.
And TABE stands for Test of Adult Basic Education. And a lot of our industry here in Nelson County use that as a pre-hire assessment. They do.
They do, they require
And
it.
we will help you out with those basic skills to pass that test.
Okay. Now this is all down at the Bardstown Nelson County Adult Learning Center. If you're looking for, if you think you're going to apply for a job at a local industry, these tests are really very important. They do look at those, and it may be the difference between putting your application in front of somebody else's. So it's certainly something to think about, as well as all these other computer courses and your GED. Belinda, you've got a lot on your plate down there. You've been there, what, 20 some odd years now?
22 years.
22 years.
Yes,
So you've been doing an excellent, excellent job. I've enjoyed working with you on several accounts. Telephone number 331-8809. Give Belinda Carter and her staff down there a call if you have any questions about any of the programs we've talked about today. And hopefully you'll see some phone calls, maybe some people walking in with an interest in looking at some of your programs.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, Belinda, nice talking to you again, as always, and good luck with all the things you all have going on down there.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Community Focus in a moment.